I've come to believe that there are things that happen in this world that are meaningless, pointless, absurd. One of those things is violence. I bring this up to you because about a week ago there was a beating at a Chicago high school, Fenger High School, that led to the death of a boy. A boy who just happened to be there, was trying to protect one of his friends that was in this fight or happened to be in this fight, and the violence between these two groups ended up focusing on this boy, this innocent boy. Violence gets channeled at this boy. Both groups end up taking hits on this boy, and this boy ends up dying tragically. Humans are meaning-seeking creatures, but there are some things that are just meaningless. Violence, murder is meaningless. There is no point to these kinds of killings. You can't look at these and say, what's the point of this? What's the reason for this to happen? There is no reason. It's just absurd. When we start looking to find meaning within violence, we give it more power than it deserves. It deserves no power. It shouldn't happen. One of the things that gets brought up is, why does this happen? It's a different question than what's the reason behind all of this. Why does this happen? It's easy to say that this is an isolated event that happens in the south side of Chicago. We all know about the south side of Chicago. It's the murder capital of the world, right? So all the rest of us can just say, that's a south side problem. We have nothing to do with that. Just let them be. They can figure it out on their own. That's the wrong answer. As soon as we realize that we are all in this together, that's when we can make progress in our world. Part of the problem that we have with violence is that it infects our whole culture. It infects American culture. Kids, no matter where they live, south side of Chicago or the north suburbs of Chicago, it doesn't matter. Kids, this kind of violence happens everywhere. Where do we learn it from? I'm afraid that we learn it from the American culture. I'm not talking about video games or movies or television shows, although that is a part of it. I'm talking more about the American justice system. The American justice system is based primarily on punitive justice. This is justice that is based on punishment. What are we teaching our children? We're teaching our children that justice is based on punishment. If someone hits you, you hit them back. If someone wrongs you, you wrong them back. That's what justice requires. Hit for hit, tat for tat, eye for an eye. This is what justice is about. It starts with the American justice system and whittles its way down throughout our culture. We are infected by this. What we need in order to stop these high school shootings is a transformation in our whole culture, and it starts with the American justice system. Once the American justice system is transformed so that it's not based on punishment, but is based on restorative justice, justice that seeks reconciliation, then things will start to change in our culture. And I know how difficult this is. I'm calling for a radical transformation of our culture. Until we do that, we will continue to have violence in our cities. We will continue to teach our children, not just our children, but adults. We will continue to teach our whole society that revenge is okay, that punishment is okay, that violence is okay. This is how deeply infected our culture is with this mentality, and it needs transformation. So, those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear what you think. Let me know. Bye.